I would like to start by commending you for this assembly today of stakeholders. Like I said, I've been said earlier, this is the second in under 6 months. In management, they say the end of communication is the beginning of violence. And I think that you've communicated effectively to be able to avert that. What has happened today is not, I don't think it's something that is meant to end here. It's not only the governor that we are holding a stakeholders meetings. We expect the states on its own, the local government chapters, the wards to also hold stakeholders meetings. You cannot depend on the governor alone and everybody wants to come to Calabar. So it must trickle down, it must percolate. So whatever you see here should be more like a template for you to organize subsequent meetings. I would like to say, somebody mentioned here that this is the first time I'm coming out. Yes, that is true. When I'm convinced about something, I pursue it. And I know exactly what we are getting today. You see, anybody can steer a ship. Even the Titanic, if you take a 10-year-old and say, go and steer it, this is the throttle or accelerator, here is the steering. You can just go ahead, but which direction are you going? It takes a true leader to steer the course, and I believe the government is steering the course. And deserves all our support for that reason. The other thing is that he believes in collegiate management. Collegiate. He carries people along. I don't want to come here and tell him tar roads and so on, because somebody you can call and talk to him. All the time, you can always have access to talk to him. And that is a very important thing. Once you have a leader that listens, just give him some time. He's not impulsive. You don't sit down there and quickly start ruling out things. He does not pronounce on weighty issues without reflection. And I think that that is something that I have seen, that I believe we must also encourage him to do. But we also, on our part as stakeholders, should also know that stakeholders or stakeholdership or whatever you got does not just end with somebody inviting you and meeting with you. You have also responsibilities. I feel ashamed that we all sit down here and we don't pay dues. Even if it's 1,000 a month or 500, you don't have to everybody. Let them be, and I want to tell the state chairman, for God's sake, there's no reason why some of us cannot be asked to pay just something every month. At the end of, even if it's not 1,000, at the end of the year, it's 12,000 for each person. Multiply it. I also think that while also commending you for what you have been doing so far, there are a number of things that you need to do. There is no welfare policy for our members. Now we are talking about palliatives and all of that. Is there no way we can improvise success? And let me tell you, success can be improvised. And we can do it across the board. Once they see the leader, every other person will take dressing. And that is why I believe that what the governor has done should be taken further than this. We have lost several people. We lost former chairman Matthew Achigbe. We lost Barrister Parabola. We lost Chief Takus. We lost Ujombo. We lost Ruini Kanu. We just lost Ete Inumana. What provision have you made for their families? They are married, they are women, they are wives, they are husbands, and there are so many other things. What provision have you made? Those are the things that we expect the state executive to be able to handle, along with other things. Please, there are so many other things you can do. For instance, we also should be able to volunteer services. How many times have you heard that the party in a particular local government has gone out to clean the roads or to clean gutters in order to attract the attention of people and tell, look, we are doing very well. You know, this is what our party stands for. We can go to our villages and do that. Let people identify us, put on the APC shirt and say, who are these people? Oh, they are APCs, they are clearing the bush, they are doing all of that. I think that it is possible to do that. Then, I also think that we must also win our members of that dependency mentality. That mentality, that alert dependent prosperity, I want to call it. Alert dependent prosperity. Look, in the 70s, 80s, 90s, we had contractors in this. in this state. From Calabar, you had people, AB Martins, you had my plants, the Fiete, ATSs, Nyamdi builders, all of them. You move down all the way to Udupani, Rafaelita, Akampa, you had the Sony, Ububra, you had Jabengo, you had Enangego, you Congo, John Congo, you got all the way to Goja, you had Obo Bright, you get to Gudu, you had people like Benko, you had Denisco, and all of those things. Instead of spending all the time waiting for appointments, I think that an enabling environment should be provided so that people can do things. Look, if you have a lot of these people doing contracts, like Senator Dominic mentioned, the local governments, once they are functional, a lot of people will be able to just limit themselves to local government. You have a problem, supply 50 trips of laterite, build a bus stop, do culverts, then at the state level you do something. Yes, I know they are using this issue of the due process and so on. I believe that due process should be reviewed. A situation where somebody will spend millions just to get a job. I mean, at some point there should be a benchmark beyond this particular reason. You can go ahead and get people, but we can also help our people by either attaching them to people. So let's see contractors try. Once you do that, the pressure on the state government will be very low. Because, like I mentioned all these contractors, you cannot find anybody now that you can mention across and say he's a major contractor. Those days, those were the people that were launching projects, their communities and other places. Today, the only places where you find people launching a project is in the church. You don't find anybody doing anything community anymore because of that dependency. So for me, I think that the party, the state chairman, has to sit down and do a lot of work. When we come here next time, we want to see a report that covers several grounds. We have achieved this here, we have this in this state, in this local government, in that place we have achieved this, and also for there to be a nexus between the state government and the party. So that, for instance, people will be able to know how many empowerment programs are out there, either at the state level or the federal. And I'm happy the Deputy National Chairman South is here. What is going on at the federal level? Are there any programs that our members ought to know about so they can apply or benefit from? We are all in the dark. You have maybe, what do you call him, organizing secretary, he doesn't know anything. All they do is this, what do you call it, they just wait for an election and then next minute you go around doing it. Have you visited people since the election ended who even say, at least see that our party is out there? I don't think it is right. The other thing is that the sympathy, these spasms of sympathy, when people die, we just go, oh, this one is there, we put it on social media and so on. That shouldn't be the end. We should have a welfare. If we have a welfare officer, then every chapter should be able to have something. If somebody is ill, you can find something and give to the person, or if somebody has a problem. And if we do all of those things at the party level, I'm sure that the governor, you don't call him sweet prince for nothing. If you tell him these are the things you want to do, you'll be able to do so. And we can also generate the funds. Like I said, we all come from words. There is something they call American auction. If you come out now and somebody says 100,000 is my donation, another person says 105. All that you are putting in on there is 5,000. The next person says 107. Then he's putting 2,000. Before you know it, you get to 200, 300,000. And these are events that the party can organize quietly, and a lot of money can be gotten from them. Well, I don't want to exceed my time, but I just want to thank all of you and to assure you that we are all here together and we'll continue to give this party our best shot. And as long as the governor continues the way he's doing, and I know he's going to do that, we have no problems whatsoever. At the election, I don't want to go into much of it, but one of the aspirants called me and said, please talk to the governor. He's coming to our state. This is the candidate we want and so on. You know, I told him, I said, you want, is he a popular candidate? He said yes. So what do you want? He said, just try, let him try as much as possible not to support the candidate. I said, well, the governor will do the right thing. And if that right thing is done, if your candidate is not, it's fine. He called to thank me and said I should thank the governor for doing the right thing. I think cross-Iberians should thank him and also be proud that for once we have somebody who we can always trust, whose integrity is not called in question for any reason whatsoever. Thank you very much, and I wish everyone the best.
His Excellency deserves a better round of applause.